Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Throwback Thursday vacation style. In this particular layout, I'm taking a card that I saw online and I'm converting it to a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. It's monochromatic, so it's going to be mostly all whites. And what I'm doing here are cutting the layers to my cake. They are 2.5 inches, and then they range in size from 10 inches down to 6.5 inches. I believe the top layer is only 2 inches. Now I'm doing 1/4 inch strips, and I'll use this as icing to decorate my cake. The next part of the process that you're going to see is me decorating each layer of my cake. I use the black 1/4 inch strip to just decorate a little bit with icing, and then I am punching a lot of white flowers. I'm using the embossed flowers and little tiny flowers. I also have leaves. And when I first put it on, I realized, oh, you're not going to see this. There needs to be dimension. So every flower which goes on each layer is put on a dimensional. And I realized very quickly that was going to take me forever. So I ended up putting the dimensionals on first and then going back and just adding my flowers. And that really helped speed up the process. You're seeing me do one layer here, but I actually do this on 4 of the 5 layers. I do not do it on the topmost layer as I want to use different flowers for decorating my cake on the topmost layer. Now I'm going to bring in my white cardstock and I'm going to add each layer building my cake. And I quickly realized once I put on my layers on that you couldn't really tell this was a cake. You can't see the edges. So I ended up getting my black ink on and putting that on the side, and you'll see that in a minute. This was a little corner embellishment on the page, just mimicking what I had seen on the card. Here's where I'm adding that dimension to my cake, and you can already see that now you can see the layers and they're popping much easier. Now I'm decorating the top layer. I'm just adding more dimension. I'm putting some black in there to dress up the cake. I'm just trying to make it really pretty and beautiful, using longer leaves this time, using more dimensionals, curving the edges. And then for the final touch, I wanted to put some bling on my cake. So I had this black bling. I had some white, but it wasn't enough. So I looked through my stash and I had actually some Stampin' Up! Liquid dimensionals. And what it is, I don't even really know how to describe it, but it's like a little paint and you put a little drop down and it hardens and dries. So I had some pearl color and this worked perfect and was the perfect embellishment to add some beadwork to my fancy cake. And that's what you see me doing here. The problem when you use a liquid dimensional is it takes a while to dry. So once I finished doing all of the beadwork on my cake, I needed to let it sit overnight, and that's what I did. And then the next morning, I will go ahead and continue decorating my cake. Just like when I was actually doing this process, it's kind of relaxing and mesmerizing to watch it, isn't it? You get into a rhythm and it's a little bit soothing. It definitely took me a minute to do this, but you get into a rhythm and it gets easier. Okay, now we're back. It's the next morning. Everything has dried and I'm getting ready to put my pictures on. I am rounding all the corners of all the pictures and all of the mats because I felt like it just made it softer and it went more with the feel of my layout as opposed to squares. I originally try and put my pictures on just flat using adhesive, and I quickly realized that was not going to work because now I have dimension with all those dimensionals. And so I had to revamp that a little bit and add dimensionals in spaces going down so that it would stay secure. And now I'm just finishing with my decorations. I'm adding more pops of black color. I'm adding different flowers and just really decorating my cake and trying to make it beautiful to reflect this event. This is actually my niece and I am just so excited and proud of her, and I wanted to make her a little special page. I'm adding some liquid dimensionals to my black hearts, and then you'll see me add some platinum shimmer hearts and sayings to the final product. I love how it turned out, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a fabulous Thursday.